tutor and also coordinator of this group, Gnosis Advanced Contents in English. So for the new ones, I'm the one that has contacted you to enter this group. Well, let's jump right in. Today we are going to study the Sephirotic tree, more known as the Tree of Life. And here it's a basic explanation of how the divine from the superior dimensions unfolds, giving origin to an arrangement that is the organization and ordering that exists between God essence and God material, us, the man. So, if we observe the Tree of Life as it is described by the Hebrew Kabbalists, we see 10 Sephirots, beginning from the Ancient of Days, Keter, that's the name of this Sephirot, which is at the tip of the tree. And then follows Chokmah, the cosmic Christ, the second Logos. This is the first Logos, the second Logos. Chokmah is the cosmic Christ. And the third Logos, Binah, is Lord Shiva in the Hinduism, the Holy Spirit in Christianism. So here, Keter, Chokmah, and Binah form a triangle. So it is depicted in the Tree of Life of the Hebraic mysteries that were taught by the rabbis. This first triangle is the Trinity and perfection, is the divine triangle, also known as divine triangle. After the divine triangle, there is an abyss, and after this comes the second triangle. Formed by Chesed. Chesed is our being, our inner father. When we speak about our inner father, is Chesed, the fourth Sephirah. Then continues Heura, or Jebra, as the expression of the divine consciousness. That is the function of Jebra, the expression of the divine consciousness. The divine consciousness allows the initiate, it means us, to instruct the consciousness, our consciousness, manifested in the rest of the bodies, because we have consciousness in all the other bodies. Thanks to this, to carry out under these conditions the work that corresponds us, because we have to do that work according to the set of teachings, the doctrine. Thus, God transformed in consciousness fusions with the man, conducting his mental, physic, and psychologic structure. Then comes the sixth Sephirotic, Tiferet. Or human soul. That is masculine. The energy is the positive energy, so-called masculine, which has under his responsibility the living and organization of the inner great work. That is why Tiferet belongs to the strength, and it is also known, or is also known as the will. This second triangle is called ethic triangle because it is governed by the consciousness. Consequently, here we find the righteous conduct. Here we learn the righteous conduct due to our consciousness that comes from the divine consciousness. We learn and comprehend the rigor of the law. In this triangle stands out Tiferet, the human soul, and it's the gravity center, through which the cosmic Christ, Chokmah, uses to express. See, it's like in the heart of the tree of life. And the cosmic Christ uses to express there. That's why it is also known as the triangle of the sun, this triangle. Then we have a third triangle here. It is the magic triangle, so-called the magic triangle, formed by the mind, Netza, the astral body, Hod, and the etheric body, Jesod. The basic sexual principle of life, Jesod, the sex. Why it is called magic? Because in the realm of mind, astral, and even in the hell worlds, is where one performs the high magic. Let's make a parenthesis. Let's define magic. Magic is a science of influence consciously in nature. Later, reflect in these words, in this definition, and try to understand then why it is called the magic triangle. Where is the gravity center of this triangle? In Jesod. Here is the name, Jesod. Here we find the sex, because from the sex comes the born, the death, and the regeneration. There are the energies that will let us to born, to die, and to regenerate ourselves. Everything happens around the sex. Center of gravity of this triangle Sex. Jesod is the strength, the power of the third Logos, Lord Shiva, the Holy Spirit. It is through the sexual energy that appears life, the physical body, and all the organisms that are alive. Everything, all the things I mentioned, physical body, all the organisms that are alive, are created by the sex. Malkut is the physical world that could not exist without the existence of sex. Jesod is the basis of the third Logos, as I mentioned before. Well, so far so good. The trees of Eden are two. The tree of the knowledge of the good and evil, and the tree of life that we've been explaining today. The first one is the sex. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil is the sex. And this is represented by the sexual organs in the human. The tree of life is the being and is represented in our body by the spinal column or backbone. Both trees are in the Eden and they even share their roots. These are the two columns, wisdom and love. Love and wisdom, the other column. Wisdom is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Love is the tree of life, the being. The fatal shade of the tree of life is the eye. Is the eye, the one we have to eliminate. The fatal shade of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil is fornication. People consider the shades of these two trees as reality. Common people consider fornication and the eye, they support the eye, they support fornication as reality. They consider these two shades as reality. Dear students, with simple words today, we wanted to explain the unfolding from superior dimensions of God up to the lower dimensions where we exist, the third dimension. I hope that you understand. For you, I would like really that you understand these explanations, because it will be these explanations will be very useful for you in the future, and to understand different areas of your psychology. So in further lessons, we will be deeping in other aspects of the tree of life. Maybe we will be talking just about the astral dimension, or the mental or mind dimension, netza, or we will be talking about our Father, our inner father, Chesed. So with this tree of life, you will be, you will have like a map of yourselves. Well, thank you very much and see you soon.